Well, good morning once again. It is that time of the week, that time of the day, that time of the week. It is Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And that can only mean one thing. It is time for another episode of Wednesday Afternoon Live with me, your boy, SaleenDriver, the host of the longest running Wednesday afternoon live stream in all of YouTube that I'm aware of. The show about nothing in particular. And every week for 186 weeks, with some time off for family reasons there, we have shown that this is the live stream about absolutely nothing in particular. And as Sir Uga likes to point out, it is a lot of nonsense. Therefore, I am the creator of nonsense. Let's see. Sir Uga, well, he shows up on one of my chat stream windows, but not the other one. But Sir Uga was in here earlier. Matt Dumit is here. Joshua Alex George is here. VidTube Productions, one of my reliable mods, and also a reliable guest in the yard itself. The 40-year-old teenager Jay Shipes is here, and Amata is here. How are you, my dear? Assuming you are my dear, and I make no assumptions. In this day and age, making assumptions on who and what you claim to be and who and what you are can be very, very dangerous. It can get a channel canceled. Ramajama Taylor, he's here. He's taking a break from live streaming video games to be here. I appreciate that. Albert Sancho is here. Good to see you. As another one of my streaming cohorts say, cheers to the chat. Give you a salute. And thanks for joining in. Appreciate you. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button, either on your way in or on your way out. We do appreciate the gesture. Atypical Gump is here. He is atypical, after all. So, what's going on out there? Anybody got anything they want to talk about? Just chime in. That's fine. I usually come into this stream with no particular agenda in mind. If Baylor Man were here, he would probably be posting up how many days are left until college football starts up. I don't have a running count of that, but I'm pretty sure we're getting close. Getting warm out, even in the cold reaches of America, which can only mean one thing. Now that we've passed the Memorial Day weekend, summer has officially started, and we are heading, well, it officially doesn't start until sometime in June, but the unofficial start to summer is over, and we are heading headlong into summer, which means that after summer comes fall, and with fall comes football. And there are, of course, two types of football. There's the garbage that's played on Sunday, and then there's the good stuff that's played on Saturday, sometimes on Friday. And we all know what I'm going to be partaking in and what I will not be partaking in, so we won't rehash that. Memorial Day was, Memorial Day weekend, more specifically Sunday, was what always is advertised as the biggest day in auto racing. For those of you who are in here that are interested in auto racing, I think that's me and probably nobody else. You have the three of the biggest races across the three of the biggest racing types. You have Formula One at Monaco, which for the past, I don't know, at least almost probably approaching 2 decades now, is a snooze fest. And it was again this year. It was boring as hell. I don't think anybody passed anybody. Because the cars are too damn big and the track is too damn small and there's no place to pass. So who's ever leading on the first lap at the first turn is basically your winner, and that's what happened this year. So Monaco happens in the morning, then you get the Indy 500 in the afternoon, which is boring until the last 10 laps, and then it becomes somewhat exciting. And then at night you get the Coke 600, which is NASCAR, which is usually an exciting race, except this year it was cut short at about the 249th lap mark because of rain. And the Indy 500 was delayed by several hours because of rain. So you had a boring Indy 500, and then you had a cut short NASCAR race. So the biggest racing weekend in motorsports turned out to be a snooze fest and a weather event. So, yay. What a waste of time. Daniel Berry, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Happy Wednesday to you, and happy Wednesday to everybody in the chat. So, I was disappointed by all the bad auto racing. I was happy with the good hockey. I'm enjoying watching the Stanley Cup playoffs. We're in the conference finals right now, and we have in the East, you have the Florida Panthers and the New York Rangers. They're tied at 2 games apiece. I think it's 2 games apiece. I better check. Better get my facts right, or else people are going to jump all over me. 2 games apiece. And the Dallas Stars are playing the Edmonton Oilers in the Western Conference Final, and currently the Dallas Stars lead that series 2-1. They're playing Game 4 tonight at 8:30. I'll look forward to that. And in basketball, the team I used to follow before I stopped following basketball, the Boston Celtics are in the finals, and I guess they're waiting to find out who they're going to play next. It looks like it's going to be the Dallas Mavericks. They're leading 3-1 over the Minnesota Timberwolves, but I don't think the Timberwolves can win 4 games straight and end up in the final. So it's probably going to be Dallas and Boston. And Boston is supposed to be the heavy favorite. I should be watching the Boston Celtics play because Al Horford, who used to be on the Florida Gators basketball team, is setting up to win his first NBA championship. And but I actually tried watching some of the Boston Celtic game recently. I haven't watched pro basketball in a long time, and I am shocked at how bad the product is. I mean, nobody plays defense. Everybody travels. Everybody, shoots from the 3-point line, and it's a horrible, horrible looking game now. I don't know what happened to pro basketball, but it is an absolute horror show. Unwatchable. Jason, Design Atelier, greetings to you, sir. You want the Mavs to win over Boston. Okay, well. Joshua says Dallas Mavericks going to sweep Boston in the finals. Probably not. Goes to Rubber Nose. Good to see you, sir. He's good as long as a Canadian team doesn't win the cup. Well, it's 4 American teams versus 1 Canadian team, and the Canadian team is down 2-1 to an American team. So it's looking good that Canadian team not only probably won't win the cup, but may not even get to the cup. Pete, Big Skin Pete is here, and he says they dropped the charges against the golfer because the cops were filthy liars. Okay, and what this has to do with me, I don't know. Jason says, yep, no defense. Yeah, the NBA doesn't seem to play defense anymore. I don't understand it. But then again, I only watched a few minutes of one game one time, but I mean, I counted at least 5 or 6 different examples of traveling. I mean, I was always taught that if you're going in for a layup, you're allowed 2 steps before you have to shoot the ball or whatever. And I saw one guy take like 5 steps before he released the ball. And, I said, and the referee was looking right at the guy and he didn't call traveling. I mean, what the hell, man? Bring back the hand check in the NBA? Yeah, well, they're going to have to do something. But maybe they thought that hand checking was, too provocative. I mean, people might say, "Oh, he's dissing me. I gotta hit him or something." But yeah, I was terribly shocked at how bad the NBA product was now. The National Felons League has a new kickoff rule. I am unaware of this, sir. Perhaps you'd like to drop the hyperbole long enough to explain yourself, if you can. Somehow I think you lack the ability to do so. Let's see. I'm going to drop the StreamYard link, see if the usual suspects want to show up. That would be cool with me. They allow the gather step. Well, the 1 step is fine, I guess, but 5 or 6. Yeah, I noticed a lot of carries too. I even saw one. I even saw on a highlight reel. I saw a couple of examples of double dribbles that weren't called. So I don't know. I guess they changed the rules in basketball and didn't mention it to anybody. I don't understand. I do not understand. Much like I don't understand Pigskin Pete's comment, but he hasn't decided to expound on that. So I guess he's just going to leave that hanging out there. Oh, MJ and Iverson, yeah, and Stingray, good to see you, sir. MJ and Iverson, and the I don't know, these teams look so soft to me. One of these guys drove the lane against guys like Parrish or McHale or Lambeer or Kareem or any of those guys. They get their damn heads taken off. The teams I grew up watching were hard. They played defense. They played fundamentals. They trash talked. There was physicality and it was a watchable product. By the way, speaking of that, rest in peace, Big Red, Bill Walton, passed away I think yesterday or the day before, not sure which day, from cancer. He was only, I think, 71, which in this day and age is too young to die. One of the greats, or just a crazy, crazy character. Loved watching him resurrect his career in Boston when everyone thought that this guy was left for dead on the side of the road. He resurrected his career in Boston and walked away with the championship. Oh, day before yesterday? Okay. Steve Pearson, how you doing, man? Good to see you. So, and I used to like listening to Walton's commentary when he became an analyst for whatever network he was working for. It was funny, obviously knew his shit. I mean, the man knew the game inside out. You couldn't ask for a better commentator or color analyst, and funny as hell. I often wish that, like Dick Vitale and Bill Walton would call a game together. I mean, obviously they came from different worlds, one college, one pro. But can you imagine the combination of those two calling a game on TV? You wouldn't even be paying attention to the game. You'd be laughing so damn hard. But a great loss to the basketball world, unfortunately. I remember when he was playing for Boston in '86, that was considered by many, and it's still considered by many, to be one of the greatest teams ever put together in basketball history. And that's saying something. I mean, considering some of the Boston Celtic teams from the 60s and the Laker teams that were out there and other teams, to say that the '86 Boston Celtics were one of the greatest teams of all time. And a big chunk of that was Bill Walton. Yes, Bill Walton had cancer. I don't know what kind of cancer he had, but he did die from cancer. Hopefully he was not in a lot of pain when at the end. But a great player and a great commentator and a funny guy, and one of the all-timers. He will be missed. But yes, Jason, I absolutely agree. Real men welcome pain and endure. Yes. However, you hate to see anyone in pain if it's not necessary. But that was a big loss for the sports world. What else are we talking about today? Let's see. I guess the fake news world and the people who follow that shit regularly and are sitting there praying for it are sitting around their televisions tuned into the Communist News Network and PMS-DNC with bated breath waiting for a verdict to come down in New York. So I guess there's a good chunk of the country talking about that crap. I don't know why they're all, what the mystery is. I mean, the only way that they're not going to come with a guilty verdict in that trial is if they blow the building up, which no YouTube censors and NSA eavesdroppers and stuff. I'm not advocating that the building be blown up. I'm just saying that that's the only way that guilty verdict is going to be stopped. So relax. Trump will be found guilty. It's a foregone conclusion. It was a 6-week kangaroo court. He'll be found guilty, and it will all be overturned on appeal down the line. So it's a non-story as far as I'm concerned, and just a waste of a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of resources in New York City, which is a city that in its current state can ill afford to have resources and time and money wasted like that, considering how fast that city is circling the drain. Let's see. Yeah, I think Trump will win too, Jason. But it's this summer and fall are going to be very interesting, considering all the noise that's being made out there about protests and direct action and all kinds of other nonsense. So yeah, I heard about that, Steve. That actor Buscemi, or I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yeah, he got sucker punched in New York. I mean, the city is devolving into anarchy right now. It's turning into Gotham. But people live there voluntarily, so I don't feel sorry for them. You're politically neutral, but he's actually a lot more sensible. Yeah, I agree. Well, if you compare his 4 years to the Puddinhead's 4 years, I'd say that there ain't much of a comparison between the two. But I suppose if it's all in what you like. I mean, if you like low energy costs, low food costs, booming economy, respect around the world, and more money in your pocket, you like one guy. And if you like a dystopian country with open borders, high prices, high energy prices, social decay, and people who run around and don't know what bathrooms to use, I guess you like the other guy. So I guess it's all in who you like, I guess. I'm assuming that I'm not seeing Battle Angel in here. I guess it's because she and Lou and a bunch of other guys are still in Vegas. I don't even know who all went other than Lou and Battle Angel. I don't know who else is in Vegas. I think it was like a gathering of folks. Lou was funny. He texted me a couple of pictures of a couple of high-end watch stores. I think one was Patek Philippe and the other one was Bulgari, and asked me which watch brand I prefer. So well, I had to tell him I prefer Patek Philippe, myself. Those are much better watches than Bulgari, but some people like that style of watch with the Bulgari, but I prefer Patek Philippe myself. They're great watches. Both of them are great watches, but I said he should go in there and try some of them on or something. I thought he should go try some on, but I don't know that he did or not. But I ain't heard from him, so I guess it's still in. I guess it's still in Vegas. I've never been to Vegas myself. Well, I'll drop the link again. I know that I know Slim Shady Kane and Vic were on Pigskin Pete's stream earlier today. I heard them on there when I dropped in to see what was going on, and I don't know. I guess they're too busy to come in here, but that's fine. Seriously, what? Seriously, what? What? Eh, well, yeah. Jason, given your background as a designer, I can understand that. But I don't find. I mean, I've seen a few of the Bulgari, a couple of them that I wouldn't mind, but yeah, I wouldn't buy one. I would take the Patek. Read what you just said. Where? You mean about the golfer? That was like 10 minutes ago. You have, I mean, I don't see any other posts except for this one. I don't see any other posts from you, sir. Well, I don't see it. So can you repost it? I'm looking. I'm seriously looking. This is the okay. Until you type the word seriously, this is literally the last post that's showing up on my screen. So I don't. Look on the other screen. Hang on. Let's see. I see the one about dropping the charges and the cops are filthy liars. Okay. And then all the way down here, I see nothing until you type the word seriously. So I don't see it. So can you repost it? Hang on, Jason. Hang on. Let me pull that up. It's working on it. Yeah, I can see the 3D rendering. It's upside down. Hang on. Let's see if I can turn it right side up. It won't let me turn it right side up. Damn it. Well, I like it. It's pretty cool. I know I have a whole list of words that are, you know, yeah, I honestly don't see it, Pete. I don't. If I don't know. I have my comment section on videos set to block a lot of different words, but I didn't know that bled over to live streams. I honestly didn't know that. So, can you text it to? Do you have my phone number? Can you text it to me? Can you try typing it and whatever word you think is being blocked, come up with a euphemism? Or, click on the link, pop into the StreamYard and talk to me for a minute. But getting back to this rendering, yeah, I like the I like the rendering. Place? What place? What? The man is being very cryptic. Pete, I can't do anything if YouTube is blocking your post. I can't. Don't get mad at me. Yeah. Just pop in for a minute. If you want to. If you don't, stop complaining. I can't help. I don't know why YouTube is blocking that particular post. I don't. Anyway, moving on. I wonder what happened to Sir Uga. He came in here, said nonsense, and then disappeared. Huh. Anyway. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull this up. Because this is pretty cool. I like this. I like the bracelet too. That bracelet looks very I'm you're probably aware of the streamliner from Moser, H Moser and C. That looks like a streamliner bracelet. It has that kind of snake skin overlapping scales look to it. I like that design. I really do. I think that I hope you'll be able to send me an example to look at someday. Because I think that's a cool looking watch. No, wait. Pete texted me something. Hang on. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Oh, Pete said that Lou and BA got caught up in the middle of a Free Palestine rally last night in Vegas. Really? Oh my God. Are they okay? Huh. I guess well, I know that the word Palestine is on my block list in the comment. When people comment on other videos, um, I got a lot of I got a lot of use of that word aimed in hatred against me. So I put it on my block list. So I guess that list bleeds over to live chats. I didn't know that, honestly, but um, damn, that's serious. But do you know if they're okay? Um, yeah, there was a big rally on Fremont Street. Okay, well, I hope they didn't. I hope that they didn't get hurt or get caught up in it, and they were just left alone. Huh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the list is for the whole channel. Okay. Then that's on me, Pete, because I did block the word Palestine across my channel because, as you can see, I have a Star of David for my avatar, and I post, people come into my comment section on videos, and they start in with the pro-Palestine, anti-Israeli, anti-Semite crap, and I don't want that on my channel, so I that word, when that word appears in a comment to a video, it automatically goes into the hold for review section. I'm sure you're familiar with it. And so yeah, that word gets held for review. So I'm sorry about that, Pete. No, obviously, most anything you have to say, I'm not going to hold. You seem to be fairly level-headed. So, do I feel any resemblance with other brands? Well, the bracelet is, like I said, it looks like a streamliner bracelet from Moser. The watch head looks like the old TV. Wasn't it Seiko that made the TV style cases back in the 70s? I know there was a company that made the TV style watch cases and from the 70s, so that's what I see there. Okay, well, I appreciate that. That's cool. Hey, Floridian, how you doing, man? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Just, hanging out on a Wednesday, wasting time. And you're lucky I let that one go, shippies. Keep it up. Raj. Anyway, I did not know that I didn't know that Lou and BA got caught up in that. Huh. Oh, let the big dog eat is in here. Good to see you, sir. What do I know about movement watches? Well, not a lot. I know that I don't want one. I know that they're fashion watches. I know that they're cheap Chinese crap. And I know that I will never own one. And I know that whenever anyone asks me about movement watches, I say, for the same amount of money, I can recommend a half a dozen different watch brands that are actually worth a damn, and will get you an actual watch that will actually work for more than 6 months. So, movement watches, I would say avoid at all costs. Go buy a Seiko. Go buy a Seiko 5 series. Go buy a watch go buy an Islander from Long Island Watch Company, which are better put together than the Seiko watches in some cases. Go buy a Citizen. Go buy a Casio. Casio Duro, Casio G-Shock. Citizen makes a whole bunch of watches for about the same amount of money. Yeah, I did definitely. I don't know what your big dog. I mean, you want to talk to me about? You give me a budget. What if you're looking to buy a watch and you've got a certain amount of money in your head to spend? Hell, I can recommend all kinds of watches. I might start selling some watches in my collection that you might be interested in. But if you have a budget in mind, I'm more than happy to help. Honest and for even for a Georgia Bulldog, I'll help you out. Yes, I do have some experience with the brand Zelos. Yes. Floridian, did you see the video I released last Friday? The big one. Let's see. Movement watches. Yeah, they don't. Two broke college kids started a watch business. Yeah, bullshit. Actual bullshit. But movement watches look like watches that two broke college kids would come up with because they're not original. They're not well made. They use garbage movements, cheap case material, cheap watch straps. They look like something that two broke college kids with no budget to create would come up with. Yes, one of my Grail watches. As far as I'm concerned, the Grail watch for me. I mean, it was fantastic find. Excuse me. That watch was thanks to Ken Don for selling that watch to me. He had his reasons for selling it, and obviously I had my reasons for buying it. Right place, right time. And very grateful for the opportunity. I mean, if I'm going to, shut up, Jay. Yeah, I know. I know. Big dog. Movement watches are all over YouTube. They have been for a lot of years. My input is you can spend your money better elsewhere. I don't even know what movement watches sell. You know what? Why don't we look that up? Just for the hell of it. Because I don't even know. Let's look it up. Okay, let's put that up on screen. There we go. All right, let's look at movement watches. No, I'm not interested in that. Let's see. Men's watches. We'll look at those. Okay, let's sort by prices low to high. Skip all the straps. Looks like a whole lot of junk to me. Jesus, where are the fucking watches? Hey, Zone of Tucson, how you doing, man? Jesus, what an utter fail this website is. This website is a fucking disaster. Okay. Movement watches, their highest price watch is about $500. No, for $500, I mean, big dog, it depends on which style of watch you want. Let's say your price range is between, 250 and $500. I mean, looking at all this crap, I could find go to Long Island Watch, and between the Islander brand that they sell in house and all the other brands that they have access to, for between $250 and $500, you can have much better selection, higher quality, better movements. I wouldn't touch any of this crap. Look at this horrible looking thing. Orange and black. This what they call the SaleenDriver. What a joke! Get this shit off my screen. Terrible. I wouldn't go near this stuff. Yeah. Movement is only great at marketing to younger and experienced audience. You could actually buy my own watch with that money. Yeah. Yeah. Jason here, Design Atelier. He's coming up. He's coming up with his own watch brand. He's already got the designs going, and he's going to be selling them pretty soon. Hey, Chris, how you doing, man? I mean, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to show this if it loads. It won't load. Oh, there it goes. There we go. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Hang on a minute. There it is. Oh, take that off. See, this one is Jason's own design right here, a chronograph. I don't know. How much is this going to be in US dollars? I forgot. You told me once, but I forgot. But I bet it's under $500, and it's going to have a hell of a lot better build and features than that movement shit. $300 US. Okay, so for $300 US, there's this, which is a Seiko quartz movement chronograph, and I think there's going to be different colorways coming out. And as a benefit, it's designed by someone who actually loves watches rather than a couple of jerk offs looking to make a buck. Okay, well, I appreciate the compliment. So, sure thing. Good to see you. Yeah, it is a beautiful watch. The watch was created by Design Atelier here. It's going to be his brand of watch. Oops. Come on. I'm supposed to get one of these at some point. I can't wait for it to show up. Yep. Yeah. You, Jason, you and Chris need to get together about that. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm pretty sure I remember what this announcement is, but I ain't gonna say what it is. I'm gonna leave that all to Chris. But it's a biggie, and it's gonna be good for the industry, at least in my opinion, anyway. Oh. Well, hey, look who showed up. Vic.
Oh, what's up, Saleen?
Oh, not much. In a rare event, we're actually talking watches. I don't know how that happened, but yeah. Just you know, and I've been I've been a big fan of Jason and his channel and what he does since his channel started. He credits me with helping get his channel going, and I just say that's not really true, but thank you for the compliment anyway. What got Jason's channel going was fantastic video editing and quality and techniques, and a really, really good insight into the industry. So I sent a few people his way to subscribe, but his success is his own.
Yep.
Anyway, how you doing, man?
Good.
Are people treating you well now?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't know why people keep mistreating you, sir.
No, they're not. But...
they keep saying, stop mistreating VicTube. So
no,
I don't get it. You're one of the pillars of the college football trash talk community. So, even though you're a Georgia fan, but nobody's perfect.
So is Jason Design Atelier?
Atelier. Yeah, I had to practice for like 3 weeks to learn how to pronounce that word wrong, and I still feel like I'm pronouncing that word wrong. Yeah, Jason is his name. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Design Atelier. It looks like Atelier.
I think it's French.
Oh, okay.
Jason? Is it French? I think it's French. He's very good at what he does, and he's very, very much addicted to coffee. In his early videos, he always had a small cup of coffee in the video shot. I don't know when he stopped doing that, but it was like a running thing for him. Every video, he always had a cup of coffee in either the upper left or the upper right hand corner of the shot.
Mm.
And according to him, there's a coffee company in Aruba that makes the best coffee in the world.
In Aruba, and that's why he became Design Atelier, because of Aruba.
Yeah. I don't know if the one has to do with the other, but he lives in Aruba, and it always seems to be sunny in Aruba. Yeah, what is the name of that coffee company? It's like Cocoa or Cocoa or Cocoa or Camelama Ding Dong. I forgot the name of it. I don't know. I'm not a coffee drinker. I never. My whole family drinks coffee. My 2 kids drink coffee. My dad was a great coffee drinker. Kanuku. Atelier is French. Okay, no wonder I can't pronounce it.
Yeah,
anyway, the whole family drinks coffee, and I never developed a taste for coffee.
Atelier. Yeah, I haven't either. But
yeah, but I love Earl Grey tea. I do.
Earl Grey.
So, but according to Jason, if you want to try the best coffee in the world, this is the coffee company you should check out. Kanuku. See if I can find their website. CUNUCU. Coffee. Yeah, Kanuku Coffee Roasters. They were a sponsor of his channel for, I don't know if they still are, but yeah. Kanuku is small hut in Aruban local language. Okay. Vic likes rum.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
No, they are still sponsored. So, I don't know. I think, did you have a code or something they could get a discount and give you some credit or something for going over there? I mean, you can, I don't know.
A lot of times people do sponsors. They'll have like a promo code to get.
Yeah, if you got a promo code, put it in the chat. Go ahead.
You get to get like 20% off or something.
Yeah, that's right. Lou has a coffee sponsor too, Devil Dog Coffee. I wonder how that's going. Really, you have to come. You have to come to Aruba and buy the coffee. Oh, you mean you can't order it over the internet? Well, that sucks.
You can't.
Well, then why do they have a website? Just give them a shout out on Instagram.
So there you go. So they don't.
I don't have an Instagram account. I promised my daughters I wouldn't go on Instagram.
Okay, so they don't export the
no
coffee.
Jason says that they're too small to export.
Too small.
Well, they got to start thinking big. There's a whole big, wide world of coffee drinkers out there just waiting to try the next big coffee thing. I don't know. It's not my thing. But Vic likes rum. I didn't know you liked rum, sir.
Yeah. You just remember I thought we told you the story about how I got drunk at the last Slav Olympics. So
No, I must have missed that one.
yeah.
Was it Siesta Key rum?
I can't remember, but yeah.
Oh, because old high school chum of mine started a company here in Sarasota called Drum Circle Distilleries, and they make Siesta Key rum. And old Jesse loved the stuff. What's up,
up,
Chris?
guys? How's it going? It's been a minute since I've been on, so I figured I'd hop on for a few minutes. How you guys doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
So your big announcement is tomorrow?
Yeah, it should be tomorrow as long as everything works out as planned. I could definitely say that this opportunity is going to allow me to move back to Myrtle Beach, which I don't really miss the beach, but I miss being around a bunch of people I know. Because New York
Yeah.
City is cool, but it's just not for me. I guess I'm a
Any chance you have to get out of New York City is probably a good idea before it turns into Gotham completely.
I'm a country boy at heart, I guess. So
Yeah. Actually, the guy here, well, he goes by Pigskin Pete everywhere else, but you may have seen Pete's podcast in the chat. He lives in South Carolina.
okay, nice. What part, Pete?
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, so what's gonna turn into Gotham?
New York City.
All right, well we need Batman. Yeah.
They need law enforcement of some kind in New York City because from what I understand, they don't have it.
well,
Really?
they what was it? Like a week or two ago, they literally had to have the National Guard in the subway. It got that bad.
Well,
Well, you have to call out the National Guard to patrol the subway.
yeah. Why did
You're
they
not doing it right.
did they have a giant worm in the subway?
No. I think it was just getting that bad.
Yeah, like in Men in Black 2, they had the giant worm in the subway. Yeah.
Named Jeff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, his name was Jeff.
Big Dog says that Pete lives in Somerville, he thinks.
Okay, so not too far. I'll be back in Myrtle Beach. Good old Myrtle, dirty Myrtle. So
You gonna look up your old girlfriend, or you moved on from that?
no, kind of moved on from that. I mean, I still talk to one of my ex-girlfriends, one of the few that I actually still go along. We may hang out with her, but no, we're not gonna reconnect.
Yeah,
So,
probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, let
sure.
sleeping dogs lie, as it were.
For sure. Like I said, we'll hang out with her, have a drink, something like that, but we won't,
Well,
won't
what
go
do you
any
think
further than that.
what do you think the odds are you'll be moving back to Myrtle Beach? About 50-50, or you think it's actually that's part of the deal?
No, it's happening. Like I'm literally leaving this Friday.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I can't announce that on here. The other announcement I can't quite make yet, but not until
No, I understand.
everything's in hand, written. You know what I mean? So,
I ain't asking you. I ain't asking you to divulge, state secrets.
I will say though that I am going to be, unfortunately, but fortunately, I guess, working back at Lowe's for a little bit, just until things pick up on that announcement. So, we'll see. And then the end goal is being my own boss. For sure.
Always better to work for yourself if you can.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, Jason knows about it too, so he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll definitely get
Well,
together and collab at some point.
well, if there's anything I can do to help with the publicity side of the thing, I mean, my channel hasn't got a huge reach, but it has some reach.
Hmm.
Appreciate that, Dane.
No.
Definitely send some stuff your way for sure.
It has reach.
Yeah, a little bit of reach. Yeah, send the expensive stuff. Yeah, no, whatever you want to send. Content is king.
Oh yeah.
Ross used to send me stuff all the time, and that's sort of like that pipeline sort of dried up recently.
Hmm.
But is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was he sending me? He was sending me some mid-range stuff too.
Yeah, he has
Uh,
a brand rep for a lot of brands.
I was kind of hoping he'd send me some ocean crawler stuff, but he never got around to that.
Yeah, Ocean Crawl's a good brand, good quality,
Yeah.
especially for the money. They're the
I
OG
wanted
micro brands too.
I wanted him to send me some Fordite stuff, but he'd get in some Fordite stuff and then it would be gone almost immediately.
Yeah, it sells quick. Like I said, I think Christian's like one of the OG micro brands, right? Like him, what was it? Oberst Morgan, Magret, a couple of those other people, Borealis.
Borealis, yeah. Let's see. This is the 10th anniversary year for Zelos.
Okay.
I think they they officially launched their Helmsman, which was their first watch.
Mm-hmm.
I think that launched during the summer of 2014. So I actually just bought one, used, of course, but I had never owned a first generation Helmsman.
Nice.
And now that I'm about to buy the 10th anniversary, which is based on the Helmsman design, I figured, I need the OG watch in my collection, and I found somebody to sell me one.
Okay.
So that's hopefully going to be here this weekend.
Nice.
No.
And I'll message you on Facebook too, but I actually have a pretty big channel that's going to be taking me on as well. So that will definitely help too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like big things happening for Mr. Chris.
Yeah. So hopefully.
And if you're a watch guy here or have interest in watches, and you should all head over to the Watch Lounge. He's got a good number of videos up on there. Go take a look, give him a sub, show some love. And I have a feeling after he makes his big announcement tomorrow and starts working that angle, a lot more videos coming, a lot more content, and a lot more opportunities. So
yeah, for sure.
Go over there and give him some love.
Appreciate that, Dane. Thanks.
No problem.
How do you think Florida's going to do this year, by the way?
They're going to be shit. Oh, by the way, he is a college football fan. He is a Clemson fan. Yep. He even has watches in his collection that are orange and purple.
Of course.
As crazy as that might sound. Yeah. But Florida is going to be pretty bad this year. I've been calling their season a 3-9 season, 4-8 at best. With Coach Napier getting fired the day after the Georgia game.
Really? Didn't they just get a new coach this year too?
No. This is Napier's third year.
Okay, I thought they got a new coach for some reason.
No. This is Napier's third and last year. He's done.
Which Clemson is still trying to get into your conference in the SEC.
Well,
you think they will?
I think that if Clemson and Florida State and Miami all head to the SEC, that might be a natural fit for them. South Carolina is certainly SEC territory. Florida, the state of Florida is definitely SEC territory. those schools are going to find the going is a lot tougher in the SEC than it is in the ACC.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Albert Sancho doesn't think Miami's going to come to the SEC.
Like we got Atlanta, our first game. I'm a little bit worried about that for the very first game of the year at San Atlanta too, or not Atlanta, but Georgia. Sorry, UGA.
Well, Vic,
It's in Athens. It's in Athens.
Mr. Vic Tube here is a Georgia fan, so
Yeah,
he can speak
nice.
to that. But I think you're going to have a hard time beating Georgia.
Yeah, especially in Georgia, in Athens.
But
They've been a powerhouse.
our first game is against Miami in Gainesville. I don't think Florida can do it. I think they have a decent shot because it's in Gainesville, but I don't think Florida has the horsepower to do it.
Kind of a rivalry game, right?
Yeah, Florida Miami used to be a pretty good rivalry in the 80s and early 90s, I think. But Miami decided to go to the ACC, and the SEC decided that they needed more conference games and less out-of-conference games, so the Miami-Florida game was sacrificed.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty good rivalry. I think each took the best out of the other, but Miami opted to go to the ACC instead of the SEC, and the rivalry sort of died off.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I had to go take a piss. But...
Oh well, thank you. Thank you for muting your microphone. I appreciate that.
Yep.
But I don't know if you heard Vic, but Chris down here, Watch Lounge, is a Clemson fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He even has watches in the Clemson colors.
Of course.
Which I don't know how natural purple and orange is on a watch, but
No, it's not. But
it's not? Okay, well, Raj. I will leave that to, taste of the owner, but
yeah, Florida's gonna go 4-8. So
yeah, Vic actually thinks Florida's going to do better than I think.
4-8. Really, what was your prediction? I can't remember.
3-9.
Okay, well, 3-9.
I think you have Florida beating Miami, and I don't.
Can't remember yet. You either Miami or A&M, one of the two. But yeah.
Well, they might have a shot at A&M because A&M is a new coaching staff and all that. But isn't the game being played in College Station?
Uh-oh.
I think it's a road game.
Yeah. But now remember, no wins are guaranteed except Samford. So.
Well, I think we can handle Mississippi State too.
Yeah, you probably should be, but I mean, I mean, UCF is not going to be easy. So
no, UCF's not easy.
No.
It is in Gainesville, though.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Florida has what everyone has accepted as the hardest schedule in the country.
Yes.
And they have a bad coach.
Yeah, the hardest are pretty close to it. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a not good coach. They don't have strong enough defense. And while their quarterback has a lot of experience and isn't as bad as everyone thinks he is, he doesn't have anybody to throw it to. We don't have a hell of a lot of experience in wide receiver. And one of our two best running backs is now a Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of teams are taking advantage of the portal transfer, aren't they? A lot of players are.
Well, who wants to go to a sinking ship, right?
Right.
That's true.
Hey, I sure as hell wouldn't want to go.
Yeah, playing in Yeah, playing in the ACC is about to. I mean, the SEC is about to get harder with the divisions going away. So it's about to get harder for the teams in what used to be the East. So yeah.
Yep. Well, it's going to get harder for everybody.
Yeah. And Texas and Oklahoma coming in. So
Yeah, Texas is getting kind of back to the old Texas these days too.
yeah,
They're getting strong again.
yeah. The SEC is going to be pretty tough this year. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the SEC should get like 4 teams into the playoffs. So yeah, at
They
least
just might. They just
maybe
might.
You
5.
think Bama is going to be where Bama was without Saban?
No.
Not in the first year, no.
Everybody thought that Dabo was going to go over there, but I kind of had a feeling he wasn't going to because he kind of built Clemson where it's at.
I don't know why. I never understood that.
Well, because
Quite
he played for Alabama.
He did play for Alabama?
Yeah, he played for Alabama in college.
I did not know that. I don't know
Yeah, he
why I
was at
didn't know
Alabama.
that, but somebody probably mentioned that multiple times, but I never it never stuck in my head. Mostly, no offense, but I don't really care about Clemson.
No
The only
worries.
time I ever cared about Clemson is when they play Florida State.
Yeah, and you were for Clemson, right?
Well, my 2 favorite teams in all of college football are Florida and who's ever playing against Florida State.
Same like me is Clemson and whoever is playing it against South Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, I even root for Miami once a year, and that's when they play for Florida against Florida State.
Yep. Yep.
I have said multiple times, and I'll say it again. If I knew that the Gators were going to go 1-11 in a given year, and I was the person in the entire universe that could pick the one game that they get to win, it will always be Florida State.
It will always be free shoes. Yeah.
I will always pick I will always pick Florida to beat Force Sex University.
You
Always.
you hate free shoes more than you hate Georgia.
Yep. I hate Florida State more than Georgia, more than Tennessee, more than Kentucky, more than Miami, more than any team in college football. I hate Florida State. And I want Florida State to lose every game they play. I even hate Florida State more than I hate Yale.
You don't like Yale?
No, my family has got a lot of Harvard graduates in there.
So,
Oh, okay.
Yale, yeah, even more than Yale. Wow.
Well,
Yeah, even more than Yale, right? More than Brown, right?
oh, hate Brown. Yeah, my sister went to Brown.
Yeah,
Fucking communist.
right.
I'm looking forward to seeing, the Harvard Brown game so I can actively cheer against Brown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I'll live stream the Harvard games this year again.
I thought you live streamed Harvard games last year.
I did.
Yeah,
I had fun with that.
Yeah, you're gonna live stream any Florida games or?
Depends on what time they're on, but yeah, I'll look into that.
Yeah, some of them. I guess some of the games in the early part of your schedule are winnable, but I mean after the Georgia game, you might as well just check out. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, so you had a family member that went to Yale, Joshua? You have my sympathies. Oh, let me pull this up here. Hang on a minute.
I assume you went to Florida, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I enjoyed my time at the University of Florida. I had a great time.
I'm sure it was fun.
Now let's see here.
What,
Let
what's
me pull
Josh?
it. Let me pull this up. Hang on.
Yeah, what Josh was.
One good thing about being out in New York City, by the way, Dane, is I'll be able to get back in Mustangs again.
What do you mean as a member of the Skull and Bones? Do you mean
It's some kind of society of,
pirates?
No, it's a bunch of the high end snooty snoot people.
Okay.
Anyway, here is the Florida schedule right here. And well, after the UCF game, which is in October 5th, I think, unfortunately, pretty much every game after that, Florida's going to lose. They're going to lose to Tennessee. They're going to lose to Kentucky. They're going to lose to Georgia, Texas, LSU, Old Piss, and Forced Sex University.
If you're losing.
So they're going to end the season on a 2, 4, 6, 7-game losing streak.
Yep.
And the Texas A&M game is in Gainesville.
Yep. See, there you go.
It's possible we could win that game, I guess, maybe. But Miami's a toss-up, but probably will lose. Samford, we should win that. A&M, toss-up. Mississippi State, I think we can win that game. UCF is a toss-up. I think we have a good chance of winning that game. And then every game after the UCF game is a loss. The Georgia game, I think Florida will lose by at least 3 scores. And the beatdown will be so embarrassing that that Napier will be fired that day.
Yeah.
Raj. So doesn't look good for Florida this year. 3-9, 4-8 if we're lucky. Full sack university. Well, I know several Florida State graduates. I wouldn't exactly say they have full sacks, but it's a clown college. It's an embarrassment to the state of Florida.
The clown.
I hope we can beat them. I would love to beat them, but it's in Tallahassee, and with the team we're putting out on the field, and by that point the team will have probably given up, and the coach will be an interim coach, and the team will probably have already been lost anyway. So, Florida's got no chance.
I can't believe my Browns picked up crab legs.
Crab legs.
He'll be third string, but he's still a troublemaker in the locker room.
Winston?
Yeah.
Why the hell did the Browns sign Jameis Winston?
That's what I don't know.
Yeah, rapist Jameis.
Yeah. He's the reason I call Florida State Forced Sex University. I mean, he's a true scumbag, he is.
Yep.
The only person in the no fun league that's worse than him was Kaepernick.
I still remember that game against Clemson when he was suspended and he still thought he was going to get the dress.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. I said, boy, you have a serious case of disillusionment.
Yes, well, I mean, all Kaepernick did was was take a knee. So I would still say Jameis Winston is worse.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you remember how he also groped his Uber driver. So,
Colin Fiddlestick.
yeah,
I prefer Kaepernick myself.
yeah, he groped his Uber driver, and then he got a suspension. So,
That's all.
well, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
He commits sexual assault and he gets a suspension.
and he gets suspended by the NFL for like
Somehow that doesn't seem right to me.
yeah for some number of games. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna head out. We'll talk to you later.
All right, Chris. Thanks for stopping by, man. I
You guys
appreciate it.
later, yes sir. Thanks for having me. Talk to you soon.
Good luck tomorrow, man.
Thanks, man. Later.
Like I said, if you got any interest in watches, head over to the Watch Lounge. Check it out. Give him a sub. Show some love. He's a good guy. Makes decent videos.
Funny. Yeah, because now the Browns got Deshaun Watson and Jameis Winston.
So a rapist and a guy who likes a finger up the butt.
Yeah, so I guess would you say that Deshaun Watson is a misogynist?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Sir Uga is back.
He's a
Where the hell has he been?
misogynist.
Massage Watson. That's true. All these people doing all this garbage in the No Fun League, and all anyone can talk about is a kicker who's a devout Catholic,
Yep.
talking about the devout Catholic things to a devout Catholic's college.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sure.
you're attacking the wrong guy.
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand. I don't understand this society. They go after the wrong people for the wrong reasons.
Yep.
I mean, what do you think is worse, Vic? Let me ask you.
Mm-hmm.
A guy who talks openly about his faith and praises traditional values,
Mm-hmm.
or a guy who beats his girlfriend in an elevator?
Yes, a guy who has traditional Catholic values. Yeah.
That's worse than a guy who.
No, I mean, sorry. That's better. I mean, yeah, that's better.
Yeah. I mean, who's better? The guy who preaches treating women with responsibility and respect, or the guy who cheats on his wife and fathers a whole infield worth of illegitimate children?
Yeah. They're talking about Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the guy who shoots up a nightclub, or what else? I mean, just so many examples of garbage in the
He waved his gun around in the club. He didn't shoot up the club,
and then shoots himself. Or the guy who throws a temper tantrum in the middle of the game and strips off his uniform and runs all over the field.
That was like an idiot. Antonio Brown. Yeah.
Or the other guy who attacks a poor defenseless field goal kicker's netting on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Because he's not getting enough playing time. Or
yeah, and then what about the guy who attacks a cameraman? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was like some guy from the press, and he like shoved him out of the way, and he got hurt. Yeah. Maybe shoved him out of the way or punched him or something. I think that was Devontae Adams. Yeah.
I remember when who was the
Oh
commissioner
yeah,
of the
I
NFL
remember.
at the time?
Yeah, that
You
was
know,
Hernandez. Yeah, who killed himself while he was in prison for murder. Yeah.
there were NFL commissioners not too long ago
Yes. Yes. And do you
who,
remember
were-
where
who
where Aaron Hernandez was from?
yeah, and he didn't commit any of those acts as a Gator. So
Yes.
stop it.
That was as a patriot. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So he's
he's
the one who shot up the club. Okay.
yeah. So he didn't do any of that as a Gator. So I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I remember when there was NFL commissioners that when some players got out of line, they were suspended.
Yeah.
They were kicked out of the league. They weren't applauded and rewarded.
Yeah. Right. Or don't forget driving. What was it? 100 something and getting into an accident and killing someone. Yeah.
Yeah, Tagliabue.
That
That
guy
was
from Alabama. Oh, yeah, was his name? Yeah. Get Henry Ruggs. Yeah.
yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
Or be credibly charged with murder and got away with it. But never mind. We'll celebrate those people.
Who is Tagliabue?
Tagliabue.
Who's that?
He was NFL commissioner who actually had control of the NFL and didn't let the inmates run the asylum. And the guy before him, the older guy before him. I just I don't understand all these people doing all these heinous acts that not too many years ago, I can remember, would have been drummed out of the league and shunned for it. Now they're celebrated. And the guy who's trying to, tell young people to behave a certain way, which is, societally acceptable, not being, a bunch of sluts and whoremongers and all that kind of thing. He's the one that's lambasted and held up for ridicule. And the guy who beats his girlfriend in an elevator on camera, he's given a pass.
Yeah, and don't forget also Ben.
Roethlisberger, him too. Yeah, I remember that. I remember a time in this world when if you got caught on camera beating somebody, that's battery. That's a felony.
Yes.
That's an arrestable offense. That's jail time.
Yes.
He didn't serve a day in jail and was playing in the league.
Yep. Yeah.
And yet the guy who does a commencement speech at a Catholic university, preaching or talking about Catholic values, he's the bad guy.
And then don't forget about my mom.
Yeah, Ray Rice. Thank you, Joshua.
Riley Ridley gets suspended for an entire season for betting on games while he wasn't even playing, and he gets suspended for a whole year. I mean,
yeah, well, wasn't there one famous guy who was betting on baseball and got suspended for life and should be in the Hall of Fame but isn't? I forgot the man's name.
Ridley. I mean,
Peter Chrysanthemum, Daisy. Help me out here. What's his name again? Pete Rose. Thank you. Yes. Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. So we bet on baseball. Big fucking deal.
Yeah, I know, right?
People have done a hell of a lot worse in baseball. Steroids, drug abuse. How about Darryl Strawberry? That man had a Hoover vacuum cleaner for a nose, but isn't he in the Hall of Fame?
Steroids, and they won't let Bobby Bonds into the Hall of Fame.
Well,
Yeah,
steroids weren't banned when he was using them. So yeah, let him go in the Hall of Fame. Who cares?
They should let Barry Bonds into the Hall of Fame. But yeah.
Shipes, stop it.
Okay, so they didn't let him in the Hall because of steroids.
Well, steroids weren't illegal when he was using them.
Exactly.
So let him in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt Dubin is with me. Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Raj. But even if he did bet on his team, what was that in the 70s or something like that? That's what, 50 years ago or something like that? Let the man in the Hall of Fame. Jesus. I mean, you know, he's served his time. He's been humiliated publicly. He sees class after class of the Hall of Fame going in, and he's not in it.
Yep. Yep.
I don't even know if Pete Rose is still alive. I think he is. Isn't he? I don't know. Let's find out. Hang on. Wikipedia is good enough. Pete Rose. Yeah, he's still alive.
Yep.
He's 83 years old. Huh. 303 lifetime batting average, 4,256 hits, 160 home runs, 1,314 RBIs, 0.525 winning percentage as a manager.
Yep.
3-time World Series champ, 17 All-Star, NL MVP, World Series MVP, Rookie of the Year, Gold Glove winner twice, Silver Slugger Award, Roberto Clemente Award, NL batting champ 3 times.
Yep.
Cincinnati Reds put him in their Hall of Fame.
Yep. All right. Now you can look at Barry Bonds' stats next.
Yeah, sure. I know. Yeah. 0.298 batting average, 2,935 hits, 762 home runs, 1,996 RBIs, 514 stolen bases. 14-time All-Star, 7-time NL MVP, 8-time Golden Glove winner, 12-time Silver Slugger winner, 3-time Hank Aaron Award, 2-time NL batting champion, 2-time home run leader, National League Ribby winner, leader, Pittsburgh Pirate Hall of Fame, San Francisco Giant Hall of Fame.
All right. What about, did he ever win any World Series?
No, not according to this.
All right. Did Pete Rose win any?
Yeah, 3 times.
3 times. Okay. All right. Well,
Barry Bonds put together a Hall of Fame
yes,
career.
he does. Yeah, it looks like Barry Bonds blows Pete Rose out of the water and everything except for a World Series. So yeah.
Yep. I didn't know this. He was a coach for the Miami Marlins in 2016.
Well,
I didn't know that.
who was Barry Bonds?
Barry Bonds, yeah.
Yeah, wow. Oh, yeah.
I have no problem putting Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame. He deserves it. But Pete Rose needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep, it is. Yep.
Why he's not,
Both.
I think is a travesty.
Yep. They both do, and that's a fact. Yep.
Oh, that is a fact. I think I'm going to wrap up a little early today, Vic. I'm still fighting a little bit of a headache, and I've got to head out in about an hour, so I want to give myself some time to lie down with my eyes closed and see if I can get my headache to go away.
Okay.
So I appreciate you stopping by. Always a pleasure. You're doing your normal live stream on Friday?
Yeah.
6 o'clock?
Yes.
All right, I'll try and get there after dinner.
Yes, and
Y'all head over to VicTube Productions
and
channel.
then I will also be doing the morning shoe tomorrow on my channel as well. So
The morning what?
morning shoe.
Show.
Shoe.
You're on my channel, you call it show.
Oh, sorry, the morning show.
Thank you. How you doing, Sven? Good to see you. Unfortunately, I'm signing off here in a minute.
So I will be doing.
So you're doing the morning show tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll try and stop by for that. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything tomorrow morning. So y'all head over to VicTube's channel tomorrow morning. That'll be Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern, roughly, for the morning show substitute stream with VicTube Production hosting. And on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time for his normal evening live stream. I'll try and head over there. And, like, share, and subscribe, of course. So appreciate you stopping by, Vic.
All right. See you later, Saleen.
All right. Thanks, man. And thank you to the rest of you guys. Thanks to Chris for stopping by in the StreamYard as well. Thanks for Jason and Floridian and all my other watch guys for stopping by. That's unusual that we actually got to talk about watches on my channel. And of course, the usual suspects, Shippies and Matt, Sven, Better Late Than Never, and Albert and Joshua and all the guys. Did not know that Lou and BA were caught up in a Palestinian protest in Vegas. I hope they're okay. Those people can tend to be a little bit on the kooky side. So I hope nothing bad happened to my friends. And wish all them who are out there with them in Vegas to be safe and safe travels home. Everyone have a good rest of the week. Hopefully see you around on other streams during the week. Y'all have a good rest of the evening. Peace.